Have you ever thought about using trading bots? I used Bitsgap in the last bull market and turned $1,000 into $50,000 within a 5-month period. I documented the whole process and put it in a playlist if you want to see that, along with other training videos and tutorials how to set bots up and make the most of the volatility of the crypto market. If you sign up with a link in the description, you'll get a 7 days free trial with no obligation to continue, and you can also use a demo account within Bitsgap so you don't have to risk your own capital. Bitsgap! Good morning, everybody. Let's have a look at this bore-off chart then, shall we? Absolutely nothing going on here at all. It really does need to either give it up or pump it up. But effectively, we've been sideways now for what feels like since the drop. And this is the 1 hourly chart, basically showing nothing. This is not crypto, man. Crypto is supposed to move. It's supposed to be a volatile asset class. It's literally since the 13th, it's just been sideways to the max. And when it's sideways to the max, like this, a move is pending, but as far as I can tell, it's still the overall downwards move, and the vibe is that I wouldn't really particularly want to try to get clever on Bitcoin or crypto either until 37,700. So there's not much more to it than that, really. That is basically it. Now, since we had this this really steep drop after the ETF, there should have been a better reaction. You know, I mean, it took a few days. We finally came up to test the 10 or the 21. Not even the Bollinger Band Center. Literally the exponentials. Now we're getting rejected on the 7 simple. So, you know, we're just getting pushed down further and further and further, like the weakness is the main thing to write home about here. We've got incoming death crosses as well. Basically, on the 4 hourly, we've more or less closed below pretty much the simple and exponential moving average. Which basically means we're likely to get a death cross, really. We've got a dump signal, or should we call it a short signal, just been generated on the Ichimoku cloud over the last, when was this? Over the last 4 hours, really. So that's pending. So we've got a short signal pending. That short signal will take you down to the next major level of resistance. I mean, support, really. Based on this major wick here, and I suppose these other wicks, we'll be looking for this to hit around maybe 40,000. So I am actually looking for the dump. Let's call it a dump. Excuse me. I'm looking for the pullback at this stage now to continue and probably hit the mid $40,000 zone. Really, that's where we're heading towards. And if it picks up pace, which it probably will, because a lot of altcoins don't look like this, Bitcoin has still managed to avoid a death cross on the 4 hourlies, so the change of behaviour to the downside is not yet really baked in and written in stone. The trend is still one of an uptrend still, although it's looking very, very unlikely that it will maintain any form of uptrend. I was hoping last night, and there is still this chance that as the Dixie approaches a major resistance, which is where it is right now, this is Dixie daily, 200 simple moving average, 200 exponential moving average, and lots of other moving averages as well to go by, as well as a horizontal area of significance. That this isn't where a rejection may take place for the Dixie, and when that happens, we do often see some upside for markets. Now, obviously, the Dixie has been uptrending now for a couple of weeks, and we've seen sideways, static nothingness on stocks. We've seen obviously downside for crypto. We've also got inflation that's moving up again in the States, probably everywhere else as well. And the Fed have been talking, well, not talking, they've been giving mixed messages, but effectively the market's priced in a rate drop to stimulate housing, mortgage lending. So, look, inflation creeping up, rates maybe going down, Dixie going up. It sounds like a bit of a disaster. I know everyone's going to be saying, but what, hang on a minute, I thought that when the rates go down, the market goes up. Yeah, it would do that normally, but the market, I believe, has priced that in because they have not been what I would consider to be secretive about it. It's open dialogue, and yeah, I think that's the drill. So I think the Fed are screwed either way when it comes to the movement of the market. They can't keep moving the market themselves. The market moves itself really at this stage now, and then whatever they choose to do, whether it's raise rates, lower rates, or even pause rates. I think it's just going to have a negative effect on markets. So I believe really that markets are about to come down. That would be S&P, NASDAQ, obviously individual stocks, possibly even gold and commodities, possibly, maybe not oil, but those things too. And obviously crypto is destined to go down. So it looks like down across the board all round. You know, that looks to me like the main vibe of all markets right now, and that is not a bad thing, right? It's only a bad thing if you are in these markets, or you know, in an uncomfortable way, and you expect further upside. Like, I'm not here to tell anybody to trade in a particular way. I'm just basically letting you know, if anything, what my trading is going to be. And my trading is, as you all know, for crypto especially, and crypto-related stocks, and now I'm limiting positions on tech stocks as well. I think we've seen a decent run throughout the last 12 to be fair, 18 months really. And with that comes some profit taking, comes a dip, and then later on down the line comes a buy. So red is good, green is good. They're both good, right? There is no real preference to which color I like best. They both serve for the same goal, which is to make money from. And I'm not talking about shorting. I'm just talking about allowing the market to reset. It has been particularly overheated. We recognize that. And now we're waiting for the pullback. And the pullback has already happened from the area exactly as expected. The uptrend is still very much an uptrend. We've got confirmation on the Ichimoku cloud that this is an uptrend, and the uptrend will be maintained so long as, I suppose, in the next few months that we don't go down below 30, and then the months after that we don't go down below 26. It would still be a confirmed Ichi cloud trend that will continue up. So it is a dip buying market, but I wouldn't buy this dip. The first dip is going to be like 40,500, 10 exponential weekly, that major wick that we saw as well. And then the next real position to take will be a little bit further down the line, around 38. And then once 38 gets hit, we'll probably see a decent bounce from there, and then we'll lose it eventually. And I'll be looking for us to finally bottom out between 32 and about 28. So this is the destination a little bit later down the line, probably somewhere around June, July, August, September, thereabouts, when I think it's at that point there where the bottom will be printed in. Because look, we can't just go straight up like this and not consolidate. We have to consolidate. We did it over here. We did it over here. We've done it now. And I think that this top basically has been printed. And we should allow it to move down. All alts basically will follow that. But I'm not bearish on the market on a whole. I just don't believe in, you know, buying overheated charts. And this is still overheated. Money flow index is overheated. We've been talking about this since December, even talking about it in November really. And yeah, let's just let it be. Anyway, this does not make for an interesting video, only for those who, I suppose, follow the same sort of concepts as me, which is that the higher term time frames print the largest moves, and at the moment the highest term time frames, being the weekly, suggests that the biggest moves are going to be down and over a prolonged period of time. And yeah, there will be bounces that we can take part in, but until that, we'll just let it be. Alright, we'll just let it be. Right, I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Take it easy.